Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Jeanne Francine. Let's get right back into our top stories. That includes the United Auto Workers Strike. We are in week 2. Joining me now to talk all things about this and kind of break it down is Art Flores. He's an auto industry expert. Art, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So I guess the first thing, for those that aren't familiar with this strike, what is the Auto Workers Strike? How did we even get to this point?
It got to this point probably because of the concessions the UAW made back in 2009, whenever GM and Chrysler took the bailout, and they suspended a lot of the benefits as far as the union's concerned in order to help save the company. And like they sacrificed cost of living adjustments and some raises and stuff like that. Well, the next few contracts still didn't add those things back in, and the employees are now feeling the pain because of inflation. So inflation, you know, they put a number of 19-20% on there, and their salary has increased only about 6%. So if you look at it, the economic condition of a few years ago where it is now, they're technically making less money when you're comparing apples to apples. So they're saying they're making 14 to 15% less money than they were in 2009 when they made concessions, even though the dollar amounts are different, but it's all due to inflation.
Absolutely. And you raise a great point about the wages. I know we were speaking. One quote I saw from a picketer that really stuck with me. He said, "I'm picketing because I can't afford the cars that I'm in the warehouse making." I mean, put that into perspective, to work around the clock, to work hours that some would feel are extensive, and you can't even afford the car that you're making on the assembly line.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's going to be a case on some of your higher end vehicles, but they're really talking about like a Chevy Malibu or an F-150 or a Dodge Ram. The prices of these vehicles have gone up 30+%, 34% in some cases, and their salary has only increased 6%. So you can see the disconnect there, that they can't technically afford, you know, something that they used to afford 15 years ago, even though it's really the same thing, but it's all because of the inflation and the salary not keeping up with that movement.
So how will all of this impact the auto industry? People worried if they want to go buy a car, will that make the prices of cars go up? How will this impact it?
It really depends on which brand of car you're going to want. Inventory in the auto industry is measured by days of availability. So on the Stellantis side, a lot of those makers, we have nearly $100 to $120, $120 days worth of inventory. And that is on the report as of the end of July. That's the last time we saw the inventory levels. But if you're looking at like a Chevy or a Cadillac, then you're looking below 50 days worth of inventory. So it really depends on how long this strike lasts. So I would say that the Cadillac and the Chevy inventory is going to dwindle faster than the Ram and Jeep inventory, and Ford is kind of in the middle. They're sitting in between 70 and 80 days worth of inventory. And the strikes right now are pinpointed. So right now they're kind of affecting the small pickup trucks, a couple of sedans, some of the lower I guess tier as far as pricing is concerned, like the Ford Ranger, the Chevy Colorado, the GMC Canyon. Those are some of the ones that are targeted right now. But if we go into Friday, which is like the next deadline for the UAW, we're gonna start seeing, they're probably gonna start affecting the F-150s, the Chevy Silverados, the Dodge Rams, the pickup trucks that are very popular.
Wow. Art Flores, auto industry expert, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. We definitely appreciate your perspective, and this won't be the last time we check in with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The time now 8:53 on the East Coast, 5:53 on the West Coast. Let's go to our final commercial break of the hour, and when we come back, getting right back into your top stories and headlines. I'm Jeanne Francine. You're watching live now from Fox.